Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I'm going to be having a look at another puzzle by a constructor I only discovered last week. Last week I did a puzzle called something like Portal Dolmen 2 by Juddimal, and it was absolutely brilliant. So I was on the hunt for other juddimal puzzles, and I discovered that Qodec, no less, thinks incredibly highly of this one, which is called Do I Sing Her End? Which feels like it's an anagram, actually. Do I sing her end? I don't know what it means. I should have done some Googling before I turned on the webcam. I didn't do that, but I'm going to have a go at this. Apparently it is absolutely brilliant, and it's basically region sum lines, except with a little twist, which is that on the blue lines you can't repeat a digit. And don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to explain all this properly when we go through the rules in a moment or two's time. But yeah, this is what we're going to have a look at. I think it might be 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty. But I've got some things to mention first. I will firstly tell you I did indeed have a very nice birthday yesterday. Thank you so much to the hundreds of you who wished me well. I did get chocolate cake. It was, of course, heavily iced. I do practice what I preach. So the correct ratio, of course, for icing to cake is 1:1, and that is certainly what my cake achieved. And I'm probably a third of the way through it. Actually, I should get a picture, shouldn't I? I'll try and do that before I actually finish it off. I don't think I'm going to finish it today. Anyway, yesterday on my birthday, I had an absolute treat, courtesy of Elytron, and this puzzle. Elytron, maybe? Elytron? I'm not sure. But this puzzle, believe it or not, is a sort of 2025 representation of the old viral logic problem, Cheryl's Birthday. It's an incredible puzzle. Basically, characters A, B, C, and D are each told, their cage totals. And then they have this conversation where A says, nobody here can place any digits yet. B says, well, now I can. C says, no one else was told the same number as I was. And D says, someone here knows more digits than I do. And they say those things truthfully in sequence. And now somebody can finish the puzzle. And that is it. Honestly, I mean, it is absolutely incredible puzzle. I called the video something like the best 4x4 Sudoku ever, and I mean it. It is wonderful. Do have a look at that if you haven't had a chance to have a go at it already. Sensational stuff. Now, what else? Yeah, there are other things going on. Actually, there are, aren't there? We should pay a quick visit to Itrio's Yin Yang Journey. This is the current competition that we've got going on over on Patreon. You can see 13 puzzles in all. I believe there might be hidden puzzles as well, but I better not talk too much about those. But anyway, you can see as of yesterday, we were at 323. Patrons had solved all of the puzzles, and so would be eligible to win the prize, and nearly 2,000 had done the initial puzzle. So let's see where that's got to. 323 has gone to 367, and this is creeping up as well. Fantastic work, everybody. These puzzles are brilliant. They've been described by more than one person as the best thing we've ever published, and given some of the absolutely incredible things we've published on Patreon over the years, that is high praise indeed. So do check it out. It's over there right now. Closing date is the 20th. And the other big news is, of course, our Sudoku worms. These are some new apps that we're going to be releasing gradually over the coming weeks. And we have already released 2 Sudoku worms. One by Marty Sears, one by James Sinclair, and this is an example actually of one that's to come. This is by Juggler. And the idea is that you sort of solve the first puzzle and you get a little bit of the second puzzle, and then you solve this one, you get a little bit of the third, etc. They're $1 each. Just brilliant. They're just brilliant. So have a look at those on whichever device takes your fancy. And now, it was my birthday yesterday, but it's other people's birthdays today. So let's talk about the fact that Gavin, down there in Melbourne, Australia, what a beautiful place that is. It's your birthday. You've been watching the channel for 5 years. Thank you very much. And I'm so sorry to hear you've just got COVID and you've had to postpone all of your birthday celebrations while you convalesce. How miserable. But Gavin, I hope you can, well, I hope this brings you a moment of joy. And I hope that those birthday celebrations are only postponed and you're able to have some chocolate cake today. Next, David's turning a secret age today. Shall I reveal what that is? I think most of you know what the secret age is. And David is half Geordie, and noted that he shares his birthday with the date of the Blaydon races. Now, I hadn't heard of this. I did a little bit of research. I think the Blaydon races was it first happened in 1862, and it's a song that sometimes is sung at Newcastle United's matches. And on the 9th of June every day, or every year, there is a sort of repeat of the race where people run from Newcastle to Blaydon, if I haven't got that wrong, which I might have done. I don't know if, David, you're planning to take part in the race today. But yeah, you wanted to bring this to my attention, and it was so broad. And David, I hope you have a great birthday. Next, do I know where this one is? I don't know where Maria is, but I do know it's Maria's birthday. Maria, your husband Max wanted to wish you happy birthday and happy 10-year anniversary. I don't know if those dates actually coincide, but I can tell you, Maria, that Max wrote, "You are the loveliest, best and most brilliant woman he's ever known, and he's especially grateful that you even introduced him to Cracking the Cryptic." So, Maria, thank you for doing that, and I hope that message from your husband is well, puts a smile on your face, and many happy returns of the day. And then finally, Rutvich, I think it is. Rutvich, I hope I'm saying that correctly. But your partner, Jin Tao, wrote to us and said that you might appreciate a shout out. You watch every day before bed, and I hope you have a great birthday today. I hope this doesn't wake you up too much, and I hope you get some very heavily iced chocolate cake. And with all that said and done, let me turn my attention to doing some solving, and we'll have a look at Do I Sing Her End? Is that some sort of homophone? Do I sing her end? Do I? It's got icing in it. I don't know. By juddimal. These are the rules. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Lines are non-repeating region sum lines. Okay, but it then explains what that means. So blue lines are divided by the 3x3 box borders into segments. So let's just do a division like that. So that's a segment on that line, that's a segment, and that's a segment. And you can see that this blue line has sort of, every time it's passed through one of the 3x3 box borders, it starts a new segment. And these segments have to have the same sum. So we don't know what the sum is, but we know that if those add up to 10, those would add up to 10, and those would add up to 10. And that's going to be the same for all of the lines. So let's do this one. That one is equal to, don't want to use the same colour, those 3 is equal to those 2. So hopefully that is clear. Let's get rid of the colours. And there's only one more rule, which is digits may not repeat on a line. So in doing what we just did, let's reinstate it. In doing this, you know, all of the digits have to be different. So I think that's going to introduce even more arithmetic into the puzzle. But do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, how do we get cracking? How long is that line? That's a length 8 line. So I think we're going to use David's age, aren't we, to have to think about this, because, well, yeah, let's do some thinking. If there was a length 9 line in this puzzle, we would know the sum of the line, wouldn't we? Because of the Sudoku secret. Now, it's a secret I share with only my very favourite people. And if you're watching this video, of course you're one of my favourite people. So I'm going to share it with you. The secret of Sudoku is that all the digits in Sudoku, so the sum of any row of digits, any complete column, or any complete box of a Sudoku, is 45. Because and that's the secret, because the digits 1 to 9 sum to 45. So if you had a length 9 line, given we can't repeat digits on a line, it would have all the digits 1 through 9 on it, and it would sum to 45. Now, this line definitely doesn't sum to 45 because it is missing a digit. We don't know which digit it's missing, but we know it's missing one digit. But we do know something about that digit. We know it must be divisible by 3. How do we know that? Well, we know that this line is divided into 3 segments, don't we? So whatever whatever digit is missed out of the 45 total, it's got to leave, so let's say 3. If 3 was missing from this line, then the line would sum to 42, and it could be evenly divided into 3 different segments. If 1 was missing from this line, the line would sum to 44, but there are 3 segments here that are meant to have the same sum. And 44 isn't divisible by 3, so we'd have to sum each segment to a non-integer, and that's not going to work in Sudoku. So the digit that's missing from here, because 45 is divisible by 3, we need to preserve the modularity, if you like. So this line is missing 3, 6, or 9. And in fact, okay, I'm going to just change this slightly here. Let me just change I'm just going to highlight those cells. That is the missing digit from juddimal's line, isn't it? This digit here. So this pink region I've just delineated, that is a set of the digits 1 to 9, because we know that digits on the line don't repeat, and this digit can't appear anywhere on the line by Sudoku. It sees those 3 in its box, those 3 in its row, and those 2 in its column. So this is the missing digit, and it is 3, 6, or 9. And now, well, so let's just think this through. So if 3 was missing from this line, the digits on the line would sum to 42. Divide that by 3 is 14. So each segment would sum to 14, which would slightly limit this domino, which would have to be 5, 9, or 6, 8. But if that's 6, then the line sums to 39, and each segment would sum to 13. And if this is 9, each segment, well, it would be 12, yeah, okay, because then we would be at 36 for the line. Divide that by 3. That just gives 12. So none of those numbers actually are very propitious, I don't think. Oh dear. Okay, so maybe we try, is this line the same length? It is. So this, okay, so this line, that, alright, let's do it, we'll do that again actually. I'm going to draw that in. That is an extra region of the puzzle. Those 8 cells on the line must all be different, and this cell sees all of those cells, so that is 3, 6, or 9. And this line also has a segment total that is either 14, 13, or 12, depending on what this is. So, okay, here's a point. So that means that 2 definitely appears on this line, And 2 can't be in this segment, because the minimum sum of a segment on this line is 12, and if I put 2 in there, I'd have to accompany that with a 10, which doesn't exist. So the 2 on this yellow bit is there, which means 2 in box 3 is up there. Now, I really like this. This thing about not being able to repeat digits on the lines, it's totally making a new puzzle out of region sum lines. Yeah, so 2 can't appear on that line now. Which, maybe that's not very interesting. This line is a little bit less interesting, I suspect, because it's only got... it only has 2 segments on it. So all you have to do here is to make sure that overall the digits on the line add up to an even number, and then it will just work, won't it? And the minimum we can put on it now would be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is what? 5, 6, 7 is 18, 1, 3, 4 is 8, 26, so 13 is the minimum segment size. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. Oh dear, sorry. Oh, that's rotten. I'm sorry, I don't see how to do that. What? So maybe it's another line then. That's distressing. Could it be this one? How long is this one? 1, 2, 3. See, this is only a length 6 line. Oh, okay, but it is just region sum rules, isn't it? In the sense that that digit is the same sum as those 3 digits. Now, the minimum sum they can be is 1, 2, and 3. So this is at least 6, and it's not 7 but by Sudoku. So that is 6, 8, or 9. It's definitely not 6. Because if it was 6, this segment would add up to 6, that segment would add up to 6, and that segment would add up to 6, and 3 6s are 18. Yet all those digits are meant to be different, and there are 6 different digits there, and the triangular number for 6 is 21. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. 18 is too small. You couldn't, if this is 6, you couldn't populate the line. Now, if this is 8, we've got 24. Oh, 24 works. Or does it? Probably, actually. Oh, actually, it does. It just does. It does. It's a little difficult, but it's not impossible. If this is 8, then this segment, we've got to make sure... Well, the way to do it, actually, is that those 5 digits there are all different and summed to 16. So they actually would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's the only way to do that with Sudoku digits. And in fact, we couldn't put the 6 on the 3-cell stem because 6 plus 1 plus 2 is not equal to 8. So 6 would go up here. And this would be 1, 3, 4. Oh, I've got something here. It's not to do with this, but I've just seen something different. Let me just show you. Let's get rid of the 8 here. Those 3, look, there's another extra region in this in those cells. This is fascinating. What do I mean by an extra region? Well, it's the same thing again. These 3 digits here see the entirety of this Y shape by Sudoku. So these 9 digits are the 9 different Sudoku digits. So if this was 8, then those would be... What did we say if this was 8? 1, 3, 4, 2, 6. These would be 9, 7, 5, I think. And that's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Bobbins. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not getting this yet, am I? I think I'm being a bit slow. And I suspect... See, this line is, again, it's a bit like this line. It's sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 7 length line. I mean, there's another extra region there, by the way. That's an extra region. These two cells see the entirety of this line. So that's now 9 different cells. So these two digits sum up to an odd number. So they're one even and one odd digit. The even digit isn't 2. And the reason we know these must sum to an odd number is that we know that 9 digits sum to 45. We're missing 2 digits out, but those 2 digits must leave behind an even number, so that when we divide it by 2, because this line is in 2 segments, it's possible to do that. So this is one odd and one even parity digit. I mean, this line, no, I mean, I think that line is a disambiguating line. I think that's sort of an encore at the end of the puzzle. These other lines are the main event, and we've got to get to the final curtain call in order to even think about this one. Have I underused this one? Is there some trick? I can't see the same sort of... Oh no, I can't. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's an overlapping jobby. Right. I've seen something here. Yeah, okay, I'll forgive myself. The reason I didn't see this before is because I coloured in this line and I wasn't thinking about having overlapping 9-cell extra regions, but there is an overlapping 9-cell extra region because those 3 and those 3 are seen by those 3, aren't they? So there's another. So there's that red region is 9 different digits. Oh, this is weird now. This is weird because now... Well, hang on. I haven't got this yet, but I am very interested in this all of a sudden. I'm going to make orange blue, I think. It's a bit too close to yellow. Ooh, I'm still going to do it. Oh, I know what we do. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, brilliant. Juddimal, take a bow immediately, right now, because that is beautiful. I now have got a digit in the puzzle. It's not the digit I thought I was going to get, but I've got one. And it is to do... this is beautiful logic. Right, it's to do with the red region that we've just identified. Now, I actually know, I don't know, but I approximately know the sum of these 3 cells of the red region, because it depends what the value of this is. If this is 3, these cells sum to 14. If it's 6, these cells sum to 13. If it's 9, these cells sum to 12. But these cannot be even. Because if these 3 cells sum to an even number within the red region, let's imagine these were 14, that implies that the rest of the red region sums to 31 and is split into 2 segments. It couldn't leave an integer. So this segment is odd, and if it's odd, that is a 6. And that is beautiful, isn't it? That's absolutely beautiful. So now I know that the yellow line sums to 39, so each segment, so this is either 4, 9 or 5, 8, because it can't be 6, 7 anymore. These digits here add up to, well, the 2 digits that aren't 2 add up to 11, so they're not 2, 9 or 5, 6, they're either 3, 8 or 4, 7. don't know if that's worth notating. It might be. I'm going to do it just so that we keep track. Oh, it's not. No. Oh, I suddenly thought, is there some sort of mutual inconsistency? But if that's 472, that would be 58. And if that's 382, that would be 94. Okay, so probably we don't do that yet. Okay, but we now know, don't we, what this line adds up to? Because these add up to 13, within the red region, these add up to 32, 45 minus 13. So each segment there adds up to 16. And what can I do with that? Can we do anything good with that? Each segment adds up to 16. That doesn't feel a super propitious number to me. Oh, bobbins, I don't know then, so I'm going to have to think again. So each one of these is 16. This is 13. This is 13. Oh, 1. Where's... Yeah, okay, where's 1 on the yellow line? It's here, isn't it? So it's 1 and then 2 digits that add up to 12. But I don't know if that's... I don't think that's particularly... Am I missing something there? Is there some sort of trick I can do with that? I don't know. I'm sorry. There might be, but I'm not seeing what it is. Goodness, right, so what on earth do I do now? Oh, okay, on the blue, in the blue region, there's got to be, remember this is an extra region, so this has got to have all the digits on it, so it's got to have a 2 on it, and the 2 must be in that segment, look. Yeah, in fact, this is really weird. These 3 digits now, look, where do they go in the bottom row of the puzzle? They are those digits, aren't they? Which feels like it might be relevant. Oh, goodness, this is this is absolutely fascinating. There's no other digit, is there, that I can do anything clever with? I feel I've underused this because it was that was hard earned, wasn't it? Working out that these add up to 16 each. So how can I use that? So 1 has to be on one of the segments. Yeah, okay. So the red segment here definitely contains a 7 or an 8, doesn't it? So one of these segments is 169. Oh, that's it, done it. Right, it's that straightforward. How? Maybe there was a different way to see this. Hang on a minute. That that is bizarre. Yeah, yes, okay, I think I've just got to get better at seeing these extra regions. I'm trying to do region sum lines all the time, but what I could have done is this. I could have said, where are these 3 digits in column 9? Now they can't repeat in their own red region, so they are those digits, so there is a 6 in one of them. And then the other 2 digits would add up to 10, and couldn't be 28, couldn't be 46, so would be 19 or 37, and 37 wouldn't work, because if this was 37, if this was 637, there would be no way of making that add up to whatever it had to add up to, 13. Because it would leave behind 842 there, which doesn't add up to the right number. It would take away, in other words, the 38 and the 47 variation. So this is 169. And that's going to be interesting, because if that's 169, I mean, oh look, this is cool. This is ridiculous. So now, because I know these are 169, these are 1 and 9, and I know where the 1 goes. That's a 9 in the corner of the puzzle. Now, where is the 9 in the yellow region? There, it's the only place it can go. And these had to add up to 13, so this is 49, which means this is not 47, so this is 238. Let's just check the maths. 238, 13, 13, and these have got to be 57 to complete the yellow region. This is startling, absolute startling. Now what's this at the top then? I want to say 457. Does that add up to the right number? Yes, it does. So 457 here is 16. This is 16. This is 13. That's 13. That's 13. The rest of this box is what? 348. I will pencil mark it just because I think that there's... Well, I don't know if there's stuff to be gained from that. Yeah, here's something else. Those 3 digits are 457. Those digits are 457. In column 8 now. So the 4 in that triple is up here, so that's not 4. This is a 5-7 pair. And what we're going to do with that is... I'm not sure, actually. I've just realised something else. Okay, I've suddenly... Right, so I'm now trying to do regions rather than mathsy stuff. And I've got something... This is gorgeous as well. This isn't an 8 anymore. And the reason it's not an 8 is nothing to do with its own line, or very little to do with it. It's to do with the green region. The green region, which we know is an extra region of the puzzle, is these cells. Now, do you remember, if this was 8, this was a 2-6 pair. So I want to ask, where do the 8 and the 2-6 here go in column 5? They can't repeat in their own green regions. They don't go there. They go down there. But that digit isn't 2, 6 or 8, so it just doesn't work. That must be 9. And now that digit is down. Well, yeah, that digit can't be there or there, can it? Because there's a 4-9 pair in box 8, so that's 9, that's 4. And now, I don't know what that means, but I'm quite excited by it. Hang on. So these two digits add up to 9 by virtue of the Y line, and those 2 digits go there, so they are either, they're not 4, 5, they're either 1, 8. Is it worth it? It might not, that might be excessive actually. They're either 1, 8, 2, 7 or 3, 6. Oh, I don't know. So this little stem here adds up to 9. There's 3 ways of making 3 different digits add up to 9. You can do 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. But oh, I've got something totally different. Where's 9 in my blue region? It's got to be there. The blue region is all 9 digits, so it's got to go there. Now 2 is in one of those cells. So 2 is in one of these cells. What do we need in row 8? We need 1, 3, 4. No, not 4. We need 1, 2, 3, 8. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. 1, 2, 3, 8, because we can do a bit. Oh, whoopsie. Sorry, I want to do 1, 2, 3, 8 like this, and I want to say the 2 is definitely in these cells. Now, can we do anything clever with that? I don't know. I don't know. Possibly. Right, the other digit. Yeah. Okay, so one thing we can... one way to think about this is that these 3 cells, we said, in row 9 were the same as these digits, weren't they? So these digits are... they definitely don't include 1, because 1 is not down here. So it's either 2, 8 or 2, 3. Yeah, so I mean, that's weird. This can't be a 4. Yeah, because 4 can't go in these positions of the blue region. Because of this 4, that can't be a 4. So this is 3 or 8, and it goes in one of those cells. And that digit has to be in the blue region and is in one of those cells. Oh, but we don't know, do we? We know much less about the mathematics of the blue region, because it's going to depend on these 2 numbers. Those are the numbers that are not on the blue line. Yeah, and we know they add up to an odd number. But hang on, if this has got 8 on it, then the minimum sum of that segment is going to be 20, isn't it? We could do 9, 2, 8 and put a 1 in the corner. 20, so this would be 20. No, that doesn't work actually. That's interesting. Okay, oh well, that's good. No, because that would be a 2, 3 pair then. Yeah, this is weird. Right. Yeah, this is worth doing, I think. If this was 2 and 8, let me just show you why I think there's a problem with that. This segment, even if I minimize it now with a 1 here, this segment would add up to 1 plus 2 plus 8 plus 9, which is 20, which means this adds up to 20, which means these 2 cells, which complete the region, have to add up to 5 to get the whole blue region adding up to 45. These cannot add up to 5 because 1 and 2 would have gone in the box. The minimum these could be would be a 3, 4 pair. So that just doesn't work. And if I increase this by more, well, if this is not a 1, it's at least a 3, isn't it? Which takes us up to 22 for the blue region, or for that section of the blue region. 22 here is 44. These 2 cells would have to add up to 1. That doesn't work. So what we're doing instead, I think, is we're saying this is 2 and 3, not 2 and 8. So this is not 3. This is not 3. Okay, I can see that's doing something there, but let's come back to that in a moment, because can we do we now know, if this was a 1 in the corner, which is the minimum it could be, this segment would add up to 15, this would add up to 15, these would have to add up to 15 as well to make the whole blue region add up to, so this would be a 7-8 pair, which actually that's impossible. That's very complicated, but it is impossible. Because if this is a 1, this is an 8, and you can't make those squares add up to more than 13. So this is not a 1, it's more than 1, which means it's at least a 4. I'm just going to put that in quickly. 4. I mean, it's a dreadful pencil mark to make. I don't really want to make it. Okay, let's just think it through. If that's 4, we're at least at 18, aren't we? For this, as in 9 plus 9, so it's 18. So this is at least 18, so it's 36 overall for the line, which means these add up to a maximum of 9. So yeah, I think they might have to have a 1 in them. How could they not have a 1 in them? And the reason 1 looks interesting is if there is a 1 in here, this is obviously an 8. If there wasn't a 1 in here, how are we making these add up to only 9, given that we couldn't use 1, 2 or 3, because we're saying we're starting from the presumption we're not going to put 1 into that domino. Well, we could make that work if this was 4, 5. But the problem with that being 4, 5, of course, is that now the mathematics of this is totally broken, because the reason we were trying to make this only add up to 9 was because we were pontificating or hypothesizing a 4 here. And obviously if this is 4, 5, we definitely can't put 4 here. This would be at least a 6. 6 plus this load of nonsense is 20. Again, this would be 20. That's 40, and 40 plus 4 and 5 is way more than 45. So in fact, I'm now going to say there is a 1 in here. This is an 8. This is a 1. Now, does that actually do anything? I fear it might not do anything at all. Or, oh yeah, I wanted to think about those digits, because didn't we say earlier that those 2 digits, well, what we said was those 3 digits are the same as these 3 digits, and we've got those 2 as 9. So these 2 are these 2, and they have to add up to 9 as well by the region sum in the green region. So if these add up to 9, they're not 4, 5 and they're not 1, 8. They're either 2, 7 or they're 3, 6. Oh, oh, that's okay. Oh, I thought I'd broken it, because of course we can't repeat 2 and 3 on the blue thingy. That cannot be 2 or 3, so that is 2 or 3. So this is 7 or 6. So this is ridiculously brilliant, by the way, isn't it? Because now I know something about this stretch of green line. It adds up to 9, and it's not 2, 3, 4 anymore. That's going to break that cell. So it now is, it's got 1 on it, definitely. And it's either 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5. No, hang on. So if that was... Hang on, I'm going mad now. So if that's 3, 6, how can that exist? It can't. That's it. That's it. If these add up to 9 from this, okay, being transplanted down here. So imagine this was 3, 6. This would be 3, 6. There's no way to make these 3 digits work anymore. because they couldn't be 135 because this would be a 3. They couldn't be 234, that would kill this cell off. And they couldn't be 126 because that would be a 6. So this is 27 at the bottom. And now this is not 126, so this is 135. And now we know what those digits are, which is 468. And now we know what those digits, 27. Yeah, 27, of course. It's got to be these digits. And now we know what those digits are. These digits are 135. We keep getting these sort of triples repeating. Oh, no, I know much more than that. That's a 1, apparently, using that fair-weathered friend Sudoku. And I bet we can do more on this line now at the bottom. Probably. I'm not actually sure about that, but it feels like we might be able to do something, doesn't it? 127, 135. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to look at the moment. I suspect it is the blue region, but let me just stare at this for a second or two. What do I need at the bottom here? 3568. I know really very little about these cells, don't I? Let's just pop them in. Oh no, I do know some things because I've already got 3 on the line. So these are from 568. Okay, so I can probably limit this digit. Because the minimum sum of this now is 18. If this was a 5-6 pair, that's adding up to 18 with the 7. 5, 6 and 7 is 18. And this is 14 at the moment. Oh, this is the same thing. We knew this was at least a 4. So it's 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's only 4, 5 or 6. It can't be 7 or 8 by Sudoku or 9. So it's a middly digit. It's 4, 5 or 6. It's sort of middle entropy, isn't it? Now, is there some way we know what that is? Oh, we know. Hang on. Where's 8? Where's 8 in the blue region? 8 is in one of those squares. That's huge. Right. So this isn't 5, 6, 7 because it's got 8 on it. So it's either 7, 8, 5 for 20 or 6, 7, 8 for 21. Which means this is... this is 6. It's got to be 6, otherwise it never gets high enough. Yeah. Okay, so basically, look, we're on 14. This is at least 20, so we need that to be 6. And that does work because it knocks 6 out of here, but that still preserves the total at 20. So this is 5, 8. This is 3, 6. These are not 3 anymore. That seems to be a 3 from somewhere. Oh, that's been available for ages. Because when we knew those were 239, I knew these were 239 and I just forgot. Sorry, if you've been shouting at me, you probably have. 1, 4 here. 6 is not in the corner at the top of the grid now. So, well, okay, now that's interesting. I could have got rid of 6 from here using parity, like we did on this line, actually. That segment. Because, look at this. We've got an odd number and an even number being added to an odd number, so that's even. So the segment size along the pink line is even, which means that this had to be an odd number, because we're deducting this number from 45 and then dividing that number by 3 in order to get the segment size. So if this had been a 6, we'd have got an odd segment size, which we can't generate from odd, odd, even. But anyway, we did it a different way. Now, 1... Oh no, No, it doesn't quite work. I was wondering whether it was going to be something like where is 1 in column 1. Because this being a 1, obviously it removes 1 from those cells. Oh, hang on, that's 3, 5. So that's a 6. That's a 3. This is an 8. Okay, look, we can do Sudoku, of course. 6, 8, 9 into these squares. 2, 4 into these squares. 4 is a bit restricted in this row. The way I'm seeing that is looking at those, but I do see that if you just focused on row 4, you would have seen it a different way. If you sort of scan the options I've penciled into all these cells, but I do tend to see this sort of thing a bit easier for some reason. So I sort of see that as a bit of an X-wing, if you like. Now, so if this was 3, the pink line would sum to 42, so these would add up to 14. These would have to add up to 13, and they would have to be 8, 5. Is that okay? If that's 3, 14, this would have to be 5. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't work. I'm getting myself in a muddle here, but oh no, it's simple. It's simple, it's beautiful. Right, if this is 3, you can't make it work. This is going to be 9. You can't make it work here, believe it or not, but it's to do with what you're putting on the line here. If this is 3, this adds up to, let's just check my maths, 14, that's correct. These add up to 13. Now looking at the options, how do we do that? I think there's only one way, which is 8 here, 5 here, and yet, we can't repeat digits on this line now. And this domino has to add up to 14. Well, it can't be 5, 9, it can't be 6, 8, so it just doesn't work. So this has to be 9, I think. And now 9... Oh, well, now 9 is... Oh, Maverick's going to fly over. 9 is the missing digit now on the pink line. So the line overall adds to 36, divided up by 3, 12 is what we're looking for. So these two add up to 11. So that is not a 4. It seems to be a very... Oh, it could be 6, 5 or 3, 8 though. And this domino adds up to 12 and is not 3, 9. So that is... Oh, that could be 4, 8 in that order. Or 5, 5, 5, 7 doesn't work. If that's 5, 7, that's dead. So it's not 5, 7, it is 4, 8. And we know the order. That's not 8. That's not 8. These aren't 4. Now 8 catapults back up there. That's got to be 6, which means this is 5, this is 3. This is world class again. I mean, what a time to be alive if you enjoy puzzles. Every single day is just incredible stuff. 2, 3, 7 onto this line because it's the digits we've not used, and they do add up to 12, which makes me think we're probably not a million miles away. Can we do any Sudoku with that? That's weird, isn't it? I don't think I can. Where is... Oh, no, 8 is on that line. 8 is on the little disambiguating line, the sort of the encore line, as I was claiming it was earlier. And I think it's right, isn't it? I mean, I haven't looked at it, and now it seems to be that might be where we have to turn our attention. Can I do anything else here? I'm looking across these rows trying to see something. I'm not seeing anything at all. That can't be 3 because of this 3. And Yes, that is the most... That is the worst deduction in Christendom. What about... I don't know then. I'm sorry. Can we do anything else? Or is it... I mean, this line is... I don't really think it's very restricted, is it? Oh, is it going to be something like you can't... That digit can't repeat in those two cells, can it? So that digit can't go there, can't go there. It can't be 9, so it can't be there. So it's either a 2, 3, 7 from one of these two, or it's explicitly this number. Ah, no. Let's do something really... This is lovely. Right. Let's do something different to that. Let's ask a totally new question. Where is that digit in pink? Because remember, pink is an extra region. So that cell has to be in pink. Well, it's not in its own box in pink, and it's not in its own row. So it's in one of those squares, but it's not 8 by Sudoku. So it is 4. I do suspect that I might have been able to do more things like that. Oh, look, this is good, though. That's now a 7. So this is not a 7, I suppose. So in this row, we need 2s, 3s, and 8s. Let's have a little pencil mark into there. 8 is definitely in these two cells. Is 1 somehow restricted in one of these boxes? Or do we... Yeah, or maybe we play the same game again. Where's that digit in the pink region? Now that's got to therefore be in one of those cells. Now it's not 6 by Sudoku, so that's 1 or 5. Maybe that... I've got a 2-7 pair in row 2 that I've not seen. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. What are the digits we've not put into box 1? 1, 5, 6, 8. So that's 5 or 6. These are 1, 5, 6 or 8. I think we are going to have to investigate this line, which is not... I don't think it's an appetizing prospect, but let's see. If this was 8, 1, that would be 9, wouldn't it? That would prevent this from being 9. And then there's going to be a gazillion ways to make that work. Well, it couldn't be 1, 8 or 4, 5. So it would either be 2, 7, which would be a 7 here and a 2 here. Or 3, 6. Which I don't think is very restricted, if at all. So that's not... I don't think this is how to do this, you know. That's interesting. If that was 6, 8, I can kibosh that option, I think. If this is 6, 8, it's adding up to 14, which means this has to be 5, 9 because we can't repeat a digit. But we can't do that, because if that's 6, 8, that digit is a 5, which means 5 and 9 are looking at this cell, so this couldn't be a 5, 9 pair. So I can get rid of 6 from there. If I can get rid of 5, then we would be doing something clever, wouldn't we? So if this is 5, 8... no, it would have to be 6, 7, would it? Golly gosh, it's very nearly broken, you know. Yeah, let's think this through. If this is 5, 8, that's 13. So this would then not be 5, 8. and it wouldn't be 4, 9, so it would be 6, 7. And the 7, the given 7, would make this 7 and this 6. Now, why is that broken? And the answer is, unfortunately, it might not be broken, but it's incredibly constrained. Maybe that's correct, because I think that would finish the puzzle. Let's go back and think about 1, 8 again. So we said if this was 1, 8, this is adding up to 9, didn't we? Which we said was either going to be 2, 7 with a 7 here. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's always a 7. I know, but this could be 3, 6, I think. Yeah, I don't think 3, 6 is under any pressure if this is 1, 8. 5, oh no, under a bit of pressure actually. If that's 1, 8, that's 5 and that's 6. So the 6, 3 on here would have to be 6, 3 in that order. I don't know. That might be alright, mightn't it? I'm not sure. Or is it going to be extra regions again? It could be. It could be something bizarre like that, couldn't it? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Here's a simple question. 6 in that box is actually placed. Maybe that's going to do something. Because we've got a sort of 1, 5, 8 triple, so where's 6 in the box? I hadn't seen that. So 6 is in one of these cells. And that's going to be very important for the following reason. Come on, brain. Come up with something. How long have I had? Oh, just over an hour. That's not so bad. Is it? Oh, I did have a 2, 7 pair in row 2 that I've forgotten about. Maybe that can do something. Yeah, it can. That's weird. Okay, firstly, that's not 2, but if that's 2, 7, look at the other cells I've got labelled. 1, 4, 5, 8. That's a 1, 4, 5, 8. Quadruple. So the digits I haven't put in the row are 6 and 9. Ah, so this is a 6. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? It is a 6, 9 pair, but it doesn't seem... Oh, okay, so now I've got a 1, 6, 9 triple in column 7, the one of which is in the bottom domino. So this is now a 6, 9 pair. This is a 1, 6, 9 triple. This is a 5, 7 pair. So 2, is it 2, 4, 8? Is this 2 or 8? That would be big. I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to double check this. What I'm seeing is I've got a 1, 6, 9 triple, a 5, 7 pair and a 3. So 2, 4 and 8 are to be placed, and that digit is not 4. So that is 2 or 8, which seems to be the same as that one. How did I get this pencil mark? This row, 2, 3, 8. Yeah, it seems valid, doesn't it? So if this is 2, 8, this is 3 now. So that's 2, that's 7. Oh, I see. Now this is going to have some sort of effect on our options down here. But look, we can do more over there. This is 8, this is 4. Sudoku. You fickle friend. Oh, that's 3, that's 2, using that Sudoku. So we've got 1, 5 or 7 into that cell. Let's put that in case it's helpful. 7, yeah, here we go. We're still going here. 7, 2. This digit is a 1 by Sudoku. 4, 5, 8 triple in column row 3, I should say. That's no, okay. And what do we say the options for this one? We know 8's on it, don't we? It's either 13. Oh, 13's gone. It's got a 7-6 pair looking at this. If that's 13, that can't be 4-9. That's a 4 here. It can't be 5-8, and it can't be 6-7. That's it. Right, so it's 1-8 here, adding up to 9. So that's 8-4. This is 5, apparently. So that's 5. That's 4. This is 7. This is 5. This is 1. Let's try and keep track of our pencil marking. That can't be 9 anymore because this line is adding up to 9. So what are we doing? We're not using 4, 5 or 1, 8. So it's either the 6 or the 7 has to go here, and that given digits looking at it. So it's got to be 6 here and 3 here. This isn't 3. This is now 2 apparently. So that's 2 and that's 4. That's 4 by Sudoku. Let's delete those pencil marks and reinstate the 9. These squares are 2 and 5. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. 2 and 5. That's 7. That's 5. That's 5. That's 7. This is a 1 in the middle of the grid. This is no longer a 1, so this is a 1. And as the birds chirp outside, this is a 7-9 pair, which is resolved. This is a 3. This is a 5. I think we might be there, you know. This is 8. So that's 3. Don't be a deadly pattern. Oh, no, it's not. Look, that's a 6. So that's 6. That's 6. That's 9. That's 9. This is 9. This is 6. And that's 8. That is a brilliant puzzle. Again, juddimal. That is absolutely lovely. There were several bits of that I loved. I especially loved the break. Well, what I found to be the break-in, which was that little segment having an effect on a red region that I'd sort of unearthed in the puzzle. That's so cool, isn't it? It's correct. Whoa. That is a very old puzzle. 410 days old. I'm so sorry. Juddimal, that should have been on the channel, well, a year ago at least. And do I sing her end? I've still got no idea what that's about. But let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. Let's see some love in the comments for a great constructor whose puzzles I need to check out more. And we enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.